Hi, everyone. This is Anna, one of your consumer technology specialists at Mid-Continent Public Library. Today, we are going to kick off a mindfulness helper series by looking at two popular mindfulness apps, Calm and Headspace. These apps are both very popular meditation and relaxation apps, so we're going to explore them and see what they have to offer. Now, both of these apps can be used through a web browser on their websites, as well as through an app. And the apps are available for both Apple and Android devices. The apps are free to download from either the Apple or Google Play Store. And then they have varying degrees of what you can do with the free app versus paying a subscription for the premium options. Today, we are going to be looking at the app version of both, and we are going to be doing so on an iPad. So I am going to go ahead and get my app open, so I'll find it on the home screen. We're going to start with Calm. So I just tap and I get the app open. So let's look at this home page first. I can already see I have some recommended meditations, but they all have this little padlock icon in the bottom left corner. That indicates that that particular meditation is part of a premium subscription. So I can go ahead and tap on this first one, and then I immediately get information about a free trial and subscription option. So I'm going to click the X in the top left corner here and go back to the home page. So it does look like there is daily content if you want to have a premium subscription. So that's good to know because you'll be getting new content and it won't just be the same handful of meditations. So I'm going to go ahead and scroll down below the special offer banner, and I see there are different categories of content. So I can even use my finger to scroll from the right side to see more categories. I'm going to go ahead and tap on this first meditation one. So looks like right away I'm going to be able to browse content. On this page, it looks like underneath the heading are these kind of word bubbles. These indicate subtopics of meditations that I can choose from. And when I scroll down, I can see featured content from some of these topics. It looks like there's sleep, anxiety was one of the topics, and beginners, they're all here. So if we want to look under this quick and easy title, the first one here does not have a padlock icon. So I could do that one right now. So I could just click on it, and I do want to note that underneath the title, it says breathing exercise, while the one right next to it to the right says meditation. So it looks like it tells me right there what type of activity it is. There are actually courses too, so I'm going to keep scrolling down this page so I can show you what a course looks like. So under for beginners, this 7 Days of Calm also doesn't have a padlock, but it does say course underneath there. So I'm going to tap the picture to see more about it. It looks like this course has 7 parts, and possibly only the first one is available with the free account. So I could now from here tap the home button on the left column to get back to the home screen, but instead I'm going to choose the option just below that, Discover. And here I have those same categories from the home screen. But I also have a search box, so I could search, do a keyword search, or search for a specific teacher or topic. And it looks like I can also browse the meditations by their length. So if I only have a few minutes, I could choose the 3 or 5 minute meditation option. It would only show me options that are around that length. If I wanted something longer, like 60 minutes, I could choose that, and then I'd get those longer meditations. I can also, it looks like, browse by goal. I can choose one of the daily programs. So that was kind of what we saw at the beginning at the top of the homepage. And then I can also browse featured collections. So now I'm going to tap on profile from that left menu. And here I can see stats for how I've used the app or the service. Looks like I can go to this library tab, and this is where I would find anything I saved as a favorite or other content that goes in one of these other categories. It shows the recently viewed, and then I can also tap history and then see my history. It looks like I can even pick what day on a calendar, and it would show me what meditations I did that day. And then the last tab on this profile option is check-ins, and it does give you an option to do some quick written reflection or other types of check-in. And then the premium tab, obviously, is where I can go to upgrade or start a premium trial if I can't get to it from one of the many other places that they have their little banners and trial offers. And then the last one, scenes, on this left menu. This is actually choosing the app's background. They're all kind of like moving backgrounds, and then also the combination of the music for the background, or you can turn it all the way down if you don't want that background music. So looks like with Calm, you may have to hunt around for the free content, but it does have some. Just based on what I've seen here, it looks like the content is really just to give you a little bit of a feel for the types of things that you can get with this service or this app, because it does have a lot of content for premium users, and there is a trial available. So if you try some of the free stuff and you want to see what else it has to offer before you commit to a subscription, you can always do that trial and see if it's right for you. If not, we are gonna switch gears now and look at a different app. So I'm going to tap my home button to get back to my home screen so that I can open our next app. And now I'm going to tap the icon for Headspace to open up that app. And I can see right away with Headspace that there are padlock icons on this content too. But we'll go ahead and look at the layout. So it looks like I'm on the Today tab at the bottom of the screen. There's a menu of 3 different tabs. So this tab says, "Good afternoon, Matilda," because Matilda is who is signed into the account. And then Start Your Day gives you some suggestions for content. And if I use my finger and scroll down the page, it looks like they also have afternoon and evening content. So they are recommending things based on different times of day and what you may be doing or needing at that time of day. So that is definitely a unique feature that is not also in the Calm app. If I scroll back up really quickly, it looks like at the top of this Today page, I have a heart icon. When I tap that, that would take me to anything that I have saved as a favorite. There is right next to that looks kind of like a clock, is showing my recently played. So anything I've recently listened to or any meditation that I've done recently would show up here. Then the third icon is a bell. It says inbox, but this is where notifications would show up. So if I get any notifications from the app, they would show up here. And then moving right along, there is the Explore tab in the middle. So here it's similar to what we had in the Calm app. There's the search bar. You can search for different content there. There's also those little kind of word bubbles where I can search for specific mood or specific movement that I want to do. And then we just have on this one 4 different categories. So meditate, sleep, move, and music. So meditation and sleep are probably going to be very similar to what they have on the Calm app. Different content, but the same type of thing. The move category, I'm going to tap it just so you can see. This is actually like workouts. So workouts for specific types of things. So it looks like there's one to relieve stress, one to reframe anxiety. So that's an interesting feature of the Headspace app. There's also a recommended guided program and a tab for group meditations. So these would be done live with other people online. And then they, of course, also have premium options. So they have a trial so that you can try those out. And then it looks like below here we have kind of just different themes for our meditation or practice that we are trying to kind of tap into. So unlocking creativity, it looks like. They've got a sponsored one. They've got Star Wars, Find Your Force. I'll tap that. And then it looks like Awaken Your Force is a sleep cast. And then if I scroll down, there are a few different things. So mindfulness activities, these are probably going to be kid-friendly activities. But then also they have sleep casts. So they've partnered with Star Wars to create this section of activities. There is also, I'll scroll down, parents and kids. So there are on this app specific things for kids. So that's just something good to know, that if you are wanting something that you can do as a parent with your child, there are definitely options on Headspace for that. And we didn't really look at it, but Calm did also have a kids section. So they do have things to offer for kids and families as well. And from what I have seen, there's not really any content that you can try without the trial. So you can see what's in Headspace, you can see what they're offering, but if you actually want to give it a try, there's not any free options except to do the trial. And then the last tab on the bottom is the profile tab. It says Matilda because I'm logged in as Matilda. So looks like this is a 1-minute expert guidance video. Even that one has a padlock on it. So there's a lot on here to kind of look at. It's definitely different than Calm. There's not as much content. It might be different content, might be longer, but so it's not the same as the Calm app. So it is worth kind of looking at both of them and seeing if either or both or none are going to work for you. So that is about all we have time for today, but I hope this was helpful to just give you a little bit of a glimpse into these meditation apps so you could see kind of what is in them if you've ever been curious. That's it for today's video. If you liked it, make sure you let us know by following our MCPL 360 page on Facebook and our MCPL MO channel on YouTube. We premiere new videos every Wednesday and Friday at 1 p.m. And if you missed the live event, you can always find all of our videos on YouTube on one of our many technology-related playlists on our YouTube channel. Thanks again for watching, and we will see you again next time.